is a great state fair.
For 12 glorious summer days, Minnesotans revel in the festival that promotes everything that we are. From the homemade to the flashy, the simple to the daring. This is the Minnesota State Fair. Tonight, come along to see how a local company puts together one of the newest, most dramatic attractions at the State Fair. They're recreating some of the worst weather Minnesota ever sees. Do you come here just for the food? Meet the inventive guy who made one of the fair's popular dishes even better.
They were called the 12-inch hot dog.
We're the first to show you how one Minnesota man practices this amazing fair feat that always gets the crowd buzzing.
To watch it, you know, it sort of freaks them out, but they can't turn away.
Get some rest and come again tomorrow.
And what happens here for 6 short hours when the fair calls it a night?
I'm Jason Davis. Come along with us and see what's extraordinary at this year's Minnesota State Fair.
When we go on the road, there's a place I want to see. When we go on the road, why don't you come with me? Take a little ride, get a little windshield time when we go on the road.
For nearly 1 3/4 million Minnesotans, this is the very best time of the year. For generation after generation, people have flocked here to experience the sights, the sounds, and the thrills of this great annual festival. And it's been going on for more than 140 years. Tonight, let's turn the clock back to the first decade of the 20th century and see what's new and what stayed the same at the Minnesota State Fair.
You don't have to look very hard for traces of the State Fair that was. Minnesotans walk past buildings and see the names that brought a thrill to visitors 100 years ago. Jan Banke cares for the fair's Heritage Museum and says visitors of today are always amazed how far back its history goes.
The poultry building is still here. Maybe you recognize it? That's the Progress Building.
In 1900, supporters claimed the Minnesota State Fair was, without a doubt, the greatest state fair in the Union, more than twice the size of any other. The fair had been going since 1860 and had blossomed into a must-see event.
You know, what was the fair? You know, it was the big get-together back then, too, you know.
The fair had become everything it should be, with shiny machinery, sideshows, newfangled ideas, and hoopla. Fair organizers dedicated the new Territorial Pioneer Hall, and Alexander Ramsey, Minnesota's first governor in 1858, arrived in costume to pay tribute. A crowd gathered to watch jumpers bound up and down on a trampoline and to see men in an elephant costume delicately walk a tightrope above their heads. Teddy Roosevelt was spotted among the fair's crowds in 1901 and became a regular visitor for a while. But even his popularity was surpassed in 1906 by Dan Patch.
Some people think it's a man. They're wondering why the street outside is named Dan Patch. They don't realize that it was a horse. So.
93,000 people gathered on a sizzling hot September day at the grandstand and caught a moment that wouldn't be matched for decades. A horse named Dan Patch single-handedly put the Minnesota State Fair on the map when he set a new world record in harness racing, running a mile in 1 minute and 55 seconds. You can see his bridle and harness today at the museum in Heritage Square.
This place is full of history. Even the food has a story to tell. I mean, you have to wonder who came up with the idea of marketing cream puffs, pork chops on a stick, or smoked turkey legs. We did find out who introduced foot-long hot dogs to Minnesota. His name is Melvin Townsend, but he's better known as Muggs.
They are well known at just about every county fair in Minnesota, including the big one in St. Paul. Concession stands staffed by people dressed in red and white, and all of them working for the family of this man.
Old-fashioned prices.
89-year-old Melvin Townsend, better known throughout the state as Muggs.
Ice cream, honey cake and ice cream.
Today everyone is celebrating Muggs and his ice cream sandwiches, but perhaps his greater claim to fame is that he is the man who introduced Minnesota to the foot-long hot dog.
I was just selling ice cream, and then I got cold. I've got to sell something.
Interesting thing was they didn't call them a foot long back then. They were called a 12-inch hot dog.
Doug Hansen is Muggs' son-in-law and now oversees a host of family-run concession stands that still operate under the same rules
Ice cream,
that Muggs established 75 years ago.
sweet and good.
He's done an utmost job of treating people with respect and integrity and been a good role model for myself and for my children.
Thank you.
It was more an invitation, can we serve you? And he always looked as the customer as a guest as he would be a guest in your home.
Ice cream, honey cake and ice cream.
You can be sure all the old favorites will be at the State Fair, but what is new? Well, the big crowd pleaser this year is bound to be an opportunity to experience the very worst that our weather has to offer without getting wet. It's called Tornado Alley. And here's a look behind the scenes at how it all came about.
Whirling, churning, black and ominous, they strike fear in every Minnesotan's heart. Within minutes, these beasts of summer storms can devastate landscapes, tear apart buildings that have stood for centuries and threaten lives. Yet, one Minnesota company is determined to create a tornado that couldn't possibly harm you.
How do you find a fun way to educate people about tornadoes, tornado safety, but also make it fun?
Folk at Minnesota-based V Entertainment Corporation say it's all about imagining the impossible and making it happen.
This is Minnesota. People love the weather, and it just seemed to make sense to everybody to look at that.
Armed with paintbrushes, power saws, and a sewing machine, more than a dozen artists, engineers, lighting specialists, and creative staff set to the task of turning this empty building into a Minnesota State Fair attraction that is destined to become famous as Tornado Alley.
Don't hear that person. Hey!
A key feature would not be constructed out of wood and paint. It's SkyMax 5 Chief Meteorologist Dave Dahl, who knows a thing or two about severe weather.
You first go in and you get a feel for, we tell you that there's a storm approaching the State Fairgrounds. Yeah. Hello everyone, I'm SkyMax 5 Chief Meteorologist Dave Dahl, and I'd like to welcome you to the SkyMax 5 Tornado Alley.
The image of Dave Dahl will guide visitors as they weave their way through the exhibit.
And the power of SkyMax 5 live radar will help keep your family safe.
With a little camera magic called chroma key, editors make Dave appear in front of a weather map clogged with severe storms.
3, 2.
I'm getting word that a tornado has been sighted on the ground just west of the State Fairground.
Just by controlling the temperature of the room in the exhibit, cooling it down a bit, visitors will start to feel something is about to happen.
Just as if a storm was approaching, you'd start to feel that heat and humidity go away. You should seek shelter immediately.
V's creative staff are planning to create the ultimate surprise.
Because they've been looking at realistic footage from a distance, and then when they go into the circular room, into the tornado room, that's the point at which they are essentially at the center.
A tornado room where visitors are blasted by strobe lights, tornado video, sound effects, fans, and even a misting machine. Here, people can feel what it might be like to be in a tornado without the risk.
A tornado itself is, of course, much more scary. You know,
in the State Fairgrounds.
State Fairgrounds is not quite like, yeah, right. You know you're going to come out safe. When you're in an actual storm, an actual tornado, you don't know if you're going to get out alive.
That's something that Dave Dahl knows about firsthand. In 1996, Dave and a camera crew were out chasing tornadoes in Illinois when one turned to chase them.
It's getting larger. It's much larger. There's debris! Debris! See the ground?
I wanted to run. I wanted
Run to where?
Yeah, exactly where, but you wanted to get away, and there's nowhere to go.
It's passing. There's debris on the ground. It's passing over 36 right now.
Please, dear God, we're in trouble.
Here it is.
But this storm will provide the experience without the danger, a way to learn the easy way. After 1,646 hours of designing, cutting, painting, rigging, and installation, Tornado Alley is ready for the fair.
You'll be able to hear, you'll be able to see what it looks like, and you'll be able to tell when your family might be in danger.
This latest attraction at the Minnesota State Fair is a fun way to pass on a very important message. When the sun goes down, it's time to look back at the big events of the day. Coming up, you'll see what happens when the fair says good night.
Been some good-looking girls coming through here today, I guess.
Not talking about the cows either.
Not talking about the cows.
Get ready to meet an old-time State Fair star. Daredevil Chuck was prepared to do just about anything, and we mean anything, to please the crowds.
I did it, and I succeeded, and I would not do it today.
And later, watch this amazing fair display from the safety of your own home.
Everyone thinks I'm crazy. Yeah, I love the fair.
State Fair is a great state fair. Don't miss it.
Everywhere you look at the fair, there are booths offering information and sometimes the chance to win a great prize. And for nearly 30 years, one of the most sought after has been made right here by a man who's happy to put his heart into his work. The folk around Darrell's home in Robbinsdale are quite used to seeing him out back in the alley working on his benches. 27 years ago, he was making just regular carpenter's stools, and they were giving them away at the fair.
I went to the fair, and we were making these and giving them out to the people.
Just carpenter's benches?
Right.
Gradually, over the years, Darrell improved the design and made the benches more house-friendly. He worked out a way to cut out patterns and symbols in the ends that people would find attractive and meaningful. Then he padded the tops and added carpet.
If I had that white strip in there, and then, of course, I got a needle for the eye.
Darrell has been married for 44 years to his wife, Darlene, who is by now almost used to the demands of his unusual hobby.
Sometimes I get upset with the mess.
or
cleaning up after him.
Or when I'm up at 4:30 in the morning.
Yes.
But there's no stopping this little dynamo of a guy who works hard all year round, making benches for whoever is lucky enough to win one in a raffle or a silent auction. It's a Minnesota State Fair tradition.
If I quit or die, I know they'll carry on.
This is how most people know the Minnesota State Fair, a noisy, raucous event that attracts thousands of people. But a couple of years ago, after the visitors had gone home, our talented group of photographers stay behind to see what happens.
Race them now. Winner! Just waiting for the end of the day because your feet's throbbing. And
Everything's closing down. We're cleaning up. People going home. Tired. I'm tired.
guys, have a good night. Get people out. Greet them on the way out. I'm keeping the traffic moving so everybody gets home safe.
See you tomorrow. Get some rest and come again tomorrow. Goodbye.
I've been up since 8 this morning and I'm pretty tired.
Just get ready to start shutting down the joint as soon as we can.
This is the very glamorous part. See, I'm not a professional at washing the floor here.
Is Ben back yet?
I am right.
Yeah, okay, we're all accounted for.
We have a few more evening announcements. The lights will be starting to go out in the next 5 minutes.
Nighty night, Chris.
Yeah,
it's time to go to bed. Sleep tight.
Gotta get up early tomorrow.
You see people out, the sanitation crews, picking up the grounds so that it looks nice for the crowd the next day. There's service workers out that are correcting problems. And then, of course, there's the police.
Good morning. Are you okay?
The fairgrounds, after the gates close, normally it's like a ghost town.
This year I'm sleeping right in the barns here. Usually I go up in the dormitories and sleep. Good night.
Pretty boring right now, not much coming through in the morning here, 2 o'clock in the morning, but been some good looking girls coming through here today, I guess.
Not talking about the cows either.
Not talking about the cows either.
No.
Michael, start out right there, taking the ticket, please.
If I wasn't here, I'd be sleeping right now.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good day.
Good morning. Welcome to the Minnesota State Fair.
Believe it or not, there are people who volunteer to do this at the State Fair.
She's doing the bee beard.
You'll see how one man makes thousands of bees behave when we come back. And have you found Hitch yet? Let us know and you could win an on-the-road souvenir at KSTP.com.
For one day only here at the Agriculture Building, you can see one of the most amazing and intriguing exhibits in the whole fairgrounds. It's called the Bee Beard. And our on-the-road cameras are the first to go behind the scenes to see how a Minnesota researcher practices this amazing feat.
While most people run in the other direction when they see a swarm of bees,
the key is to not kill the queen while you're doing this.
Gary Reuter is ready to get up close and very personal.
So we're going to tie the queen underneath.
This easygoing honeybee researcher has been handling these temperamental creatures on a daily basis for the past 18 years at the University of Minnesota.
Most people think we're crazy.
Now, his daughter Sarah has volunteered to help him practice for one of his most dramatic presentations as he creates a living masterpiece called the Bee Beard.
You can kind of see they're starting to make a line. They're all facing that way.
It's the worker bee's natural instinct to follow Her Majesty, so 9,000 of these faithful subjects begin the awkward journey up Sarah's suddenly rigid body.
We still have another 8,500.
The beard slowly comes to life, a 20-minute exercise in patience, while Sarah's family watches in amazement.
She's crazy.
Are you ready to increase? I could dump them on top of her head.
Sarah's son, 5-year-old Tyrus, is brave enough to get close, but not too close.
Give me 5.
It's okay.
Yeah.
This is a bee beard. A bee beard.
What do you think of it?
It's pretty neat. Pretty neat.
Would you want to do it?
No.
Why not?
Because, kind of looks scary.
Just trying to show that bees are calm and gentle and are not out to attack everyone.
Have you ever done it?
No.
Why not?
No. Well, because I have a natural beard and the bees don't like that, and they'll crawl inside of the beard and try to sting me, so chicken.
The final step,
so if you can stand up and just stand off to the side a second.
Releasing Sarah from the grasp of the swarm of bees is a bit tricky.
Kind of lean over a little bit and then jump up, well, I guess as high as you can. And
the queen is moved to the next volunteer, and Sarah's violent shakes free her of one of the most dangerous beards in the world.
Now I think it was kind of crazy now that I see her doing it. But it was good. I got stung 2 times, and I don't know, it felt really itchy, but it was fun. It was good.
Don't miss it, don't even be late.
60 years may have passed, but his stunts seem to be just as amazing today. The story of Daredevil Chuck when we come back.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of bears. More than 22,000 black bear in Minnesota alone. How can we live peacefully together?
I'm Jason Davis. Come along for a closer look at Minnesota's bears.
That's next week's On the Road, Saturday night at 10:35.
If you'd like to know more about our stories, go to KSTP.com. Just click on More News and look for 5 on the Road.
Finally tonight, we turn the clock back again, this time 60 years. Back then, a man named Chuck Doyle drew huge crowds to the grandstand. They were eager to see this master of the unexpected and the spectacular.
For more than 70 years, Chuck Doyle has been a familiar sight around Minnesota's airfields and airports. This irrepressible 86-year-old started flying when he was 18.
The first airplane I paid $215 for.
Chuck flew for Northwest Airlines for 34 years.
For this airplane.
But he's best known for being a professional daredevil in the air and on the ground.
This was done in 1937 at the Minnesota State Fair, and I'm jumping off a 7-foot ramp, no ramp on the other side.
Just like Evel Knievel, only earlier.
I was jumping motorcycles over cars before he was born.
In his personal museum, in one of half a dozen hangars he owns, Chuck proudly displays a lifetime of memories.
In 1935, 9 of us jumped out of this 6,000 Travel Air.
As a young man, he rode motorcycles through walls of fire and flaming tunnels, even acting as a human battering ram. He worked the air shows as a wing walker. On at least one occasion, he deliberately crashed an aircraft into a house. Chuck Doyle never broke a bone and was rarely injured.
I did it, and I succeeded, and I would not do it today.
It's amazing. Even after 140 years, the State Fair becomes more popular every summer. The fairgrounds become an oasis of happiness where people leave their cares and their worries outside the gates. I'm Jason Davis. Drive carefully. We'll see you next week.